Converting fractions to percentages is, in my opinion, often the hardest conversion we have to do. There's an easy way to do it, but it doesn't work for all fractions. Of the fractions that I have in front of me, I can only see one, maybe two that we can do easily. So let's start with looking at how we do the conversion. To convert a fraction to a percentage, let's start with an easy one of 1 over 2, 1/2. 1/2 can be converted to a percentage by finding an equivalent fraction with a denominator of 100. We can see that if we multiply 2 by 50, we will get 100, and so we have to be careful to do the same thing in the numerator as well. We get 50 over 100. We're actually done because percent means out of 100. We have 50 out of 100, which means we have 50%. Let's do a slightly trickier one. Let's do 2/5. What can we multiply 5 by to get 100? The answer is 20. So we're going to have 5 times 20 and 2 times 20, and we get our answer is 40%. Okay, so what do we do if it's not so easy to find an equivalent fraction with a denominator of 100? Let's give an example. If we had 1 over 6, it's not so easy to multiply 6 to get 100. There are a couple of ways we can go around this. One we could do, if we're better at fractions, is we can say, let's get 6 to be over 100 and then divide down. So I could multiply top and bottom by 100, 100 over 600, and then I can divide by 6. Now, what is 100 divided by 6? Let's see. Well, 12 times 8 is 96. That means it's 6 times 16. So 6 will go into 96 16 times, and there will be a remainder of 4. I shouldn't write it there. So we will have 16 and 4/6, but we still need to convert this fraction to a decimal to end up with 16.6 repeater over 100. Now, this is something I can do because I'm good at fractions and decimals. But suppose you're not as comfortable with fractions and decimals and you can't work all of that out so easily. What we're going to do is we're going to turn this fraction into a decimal, and then we'll turn that decimal into a percentage. So 1/6 is 1 divided by 6. That means we're going to do 6 into 1. I've just realized that my big face was blocking some of the stuff I wrote before. So you'll have to forgive me for that. But we're going to do it this way. I think that if you're able to do it the other way, you were probably able to follow along even though I was blocking some of the working. For most people watching this, you'll want to do it this way. 6 goes into 1 0 times. We add decimals and put a 0. 6 goes into 10 once with a remainder of 4. 6 goes into 40 6 times with a remainder of 4. 6 goes into 40 6 times with a remainder of 4. And we can see that this will repeat forever. And so 1 divided by 6 is 0.16 repeater. To convert from a decimal to a percentage is one of the easiest conversions. We multiply by 100. So this is going to be, when we move the decimal point twice, 16.6 repeater. Notice we only wrote 1/6 when we did 0.16. We only wrote 6 one time, but we put a dot above it, which means that there's an infinite number of 6s. So we know when we write it out like this, that we can add another 6 on the other side of the decimal point, And of course, we have to put the percentage sign to show that we found a percentage. Let's do one more of these trickier examples. Let's do 5 over 12. Now multiplying 12 to get to 100 is not so easy. We can do it if we're really confident with our times tables, but we're not going to do it that way right now. We're going to say this is equal to 5 divided by 12. In other words, 12 into 5. 12 goes into 5 0 times, so we put decimal places and add a 0. 12 goes into 50 4 times, that's 48. So we have a remainder of 2. 12 goes into 20 1 time with a remainder of 8. 12 goes into 80. It will be 6 times, that's 72. We have a remainder of 8 again. 12 goes into 86 times, 72, remainder 8 again. And we can see here that we have now reached a repeating decimal. So we can say our answer will be 5 over 12 is 0.416 repeater. To convert this decimal into a percentage, we multiply by 100. So we're going to move that decimal place twice to the right, and we're going to get 41.6 repeater percent. Now, in the next video, I'm going to work through all of these examples here. So if you want to see some more examples, check that one out.